Hey girls, welcome to another week in my life. I never introduced myself. I mean, obviously it's in my thing, right? Okay, Cootie, go on somewhere. Thank you. It's right down there. Okay, hey, I'm Grace. I make vlogs about nothing. So it's Thursday. This is the first time I'm picking up my phone. That's so great. That makes me so happy for myself. So obviously not. My friend Kenna, let's get this out of the way because I've been if you thought I was picking at my face before, because I know you can see in all of my videos how much I touch my hair or just fidget in general, these bad boys have tripled that. So let me apologize in advance, but they're stunning. My friend Kenna did them. I wonder if you can see them in the sunlight. No. Okay. Well, they're fall colors. I'm obsessed, but my nails have literally never been this long in my life. You can see them from the backside. That's crazy, but I don't work in the food industry anymore, so I can have nails at however long and they can just stay on and I won't have to take them off, but they're beautiful, stunning, love them. I'm not well. I keep asking myself, why would you record yourself talking about it and post it on the internet for literally anyone to see? But then I remind myself that I really don't care because one, we're literally here for such a short time. Why does it matter? Two, I don't think that it's something to feel weird or bad about. Let's just get into what's been going on with me recently because I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening in here and I can't figure it out and it's literally driving me insane. Actually, I think that I'm going crazy. Anyway, so let me tell you how it started. Well, it started a while ago. I've talked about it in some of my videos about this cycle that I feel like I go on, but I am starting to really wonder if there is something chemically problem in here, imbalance of sorts, or if it's learned just behavior or, okay. What I've come to the conclusion of is I'm literally never balanced. I literally never feel normal, literally. I don't know what to do about it. I'm either really good or I am manically cleaning and doing things and responding to everybody and planning things and I know words like these are overused, okay? And I know that you might have heard them 1,000 times from 100 different people, but when I say manically, I don't mean I just am I have OCD and my house has to be so clean. I'm not cleaning for that purpose. I'm not cleaning for it to be clean. I don't think I have OCD. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I literally cannot make myself stop. I cannot sit down. It has nothing to do with the cleanliness level of my house. Once my house is clean, then I'm already moving on to the next thing. It scares me a little bit, but at the same time, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm no, this is normal. I just want my house to be clean. I just like to be a clean person. So that's all that it is. And haha, I can't relax until my house is clean. But obviously I can because there are other times where the sink is full of dishes right now and I'm chilling. If I don't touch them until 9 p.m., I'm okay. I could sit and read and be fine. So that's how I know it's not probably normal. But again, that doesn't happen all the time. Then other times I just clean my house because I enjoy to clean. And I just am feeling terrible because I feel when I am in these crazy moods or whatever, it's just what I call them, I tend to be much easier to get agitated or frustrated or angry. And obviously that affects the people around me and that makes me feel awful. And then the next day I am feeling depressed and I'm I need to do everything in my capability to make this person understand and know just how much I love them because I fucked up and they're never going to talk to me again. So I guess what I'm saying is everything feels very extreme. Everything feels out of my control almost. Kind of I'm just sitting in the back seat and just letting it all happen. But I don't want to call it, okay, I kind of feel it's imposter syndrome a little bit, and not that it's fully, because I don't think that I fully understand imposter syndrome to say that it is that, but I spent forever growing up until I was 17, okay, once I get out of this house, everything's gonna be okay. Not this house, where I was living, who I was living with, stuff like that. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I was once I get out, I'll be okay. Everything will be okay. And so I was like stuck in that mindset for such a long time. Like, I remember like being 5 and certain people that were around me in that time would say or do things, and I would just tell myself like, we're gonna get out of this as soon as we can, we're gonna get out of this as soon as we can. And so like it was like literally like stitched into the makeup of my brain, and along with that came like all these little things that I didn't realize that I picked up along the way. But like, I'm gonna do it all by myself. Like, if I don't do it all by myself, then I didn't actually do it. And like, if I rely on anyone around me, then I've like failed, because what happens if they change or they leave me or I'm not enough for them anymore? So then it like set up this thing of like, I constantly like owe people, and not that they're telling me that I owe them, more so in the way that like, if I don't constantly show up for them and do things for them and have them over and maintain the relationship and stuff like that, they're just gonna leave me. And like, I don't know. So now I'm in this space where like, it almost like nothing in my life feels like real, in a sense that like, I wake up, I used to think of it as though like I was just like so thankful that like I just couldn't believe it. But like, I have owned this house now since 2020, and we've been moved in since 2021, and I still like just driving home and like there's no way I did that. Like, there's no way this is real. Like, my brain can't process it. And I already kind of knew that about myself. Like, in my life, like say a family member has passed away or something like that, like I don't know that my brain truly processes it. It's almost like, no, they're just at their house and like I just can't go see them, kind of thing. And so I'm just like feeling like not 100% like present. And that's kind of the best way I can describe it. I don't know what to do about it. I don't like, how do you just like make yourself believe something, you know what I mean? I am unbelievably thankful and grateful for my home. I am unbelievably grateful and thankful for my boyfriend, because like that's another thing in my life where like, he's not a thing, but my relationship is another thing in my life that I will frequently look at and just be like, that's not real. Because when I was younger, far too young to be in a relationship like this, I was in an abusive relationship. And so like, now that I'm in a somewhat normal relationship, like I'll like literally look at him and be like, that's my boyfriend. Because when I was in that abusive relationship, like, you know, it's a common thing that abusive partners do, but it's like, you'll never find anyone that will want you other than me, or like, it's just a thing that will like make you stay because you don't think that you can find anyone. And so like, I'll just frequently look at my boyfriend and just be like, I cannot believe that like you are my boyfriend. I don't say that out loud to him, but like in my head, I'm just sitting there like looking at him like, is this even real? Like, I like have to sit there and be like, you have lived with this person for 5 years. You have dated this person for 5 years. You know this person like the back of your hand. Like, you could answer a 10-page questionnaire or medical document for them. Like, yes, this is your boyfriend. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, but then like in that sense of like imposter syndrome, since like it's hard to like believe that like that's your partner or whatever, it's like, oh my God, like they could leave you at any time. Like, they could just leave you at any time because you're fucking crazy. Like, you're insane. And like, I don't know how to explain all these things. Like, the more I think about it and the more I talk about it, I genuinely feel like crazy. Like, actually like crazy. And I just like feel so stressed out about it. And then like another thing is just like, I frequently talk about how I hate my job, okay? And I know that I talk about that way too much because I know how difficult it is to find a job, but I'm not saying it to be like annoying. Like, I'm saying it because I genuinely think that it's like takes a big toll on my mental health. And like, I frequently think to myself, like, there's so much more of this world. For example, like, I work in an office and there's not even like a window. I'm not in an office. I'm in a cube. I'm in a cubicle. I call it my cube. And there's not even like a window. So like, I sit staring at a computer screen surrounded by walls and fluorescent lights for 8 hours of my day. And I don't know if that drains me. Like, I have never felt this way about a job, and I've never worked a job that has affected me this harshly, which is funny because I left my last job because I thought it was so terrible, and it never like made me feel this way, if that makes sense. Like, of course, like I know for a fact why I did not like my previous job, and like that had more to do with like management and stuff like that, and nothing to do with the job itself. But I just like constantly will tell myself like there is so much more to this world and this life than this. Like, there's no way this is how it's meant to be, and the only way that I can see it is like I have to do this. This is like a daily occurrence at least one time. I'm like, I have to do this every day, 5 days a week for the rest of my life. That sounds horrifying, and I will spiral over that thought. But then, like I've been saying, like I'll just go back to the thought, like, how naive and stupid and privileged do you sound to sit here and be like, I hate my job? Like, you dumb bitch, everybody has to work, pull it together. But it's not like I'm like quitting my job and just relying on someone to take care of me or whatever. Like, obviously I need my job to pay my bills and stuff like that, but there are things that like I wanted to accomplish. Like, everybody wants to accomplish things, and not everybody gets the opportunity, and it has a lot to do with the cards that you're dealt. And I was not dealt the best deck, but I was dealt a better deck than a lot of other people. So it's just hard for me to like just sit here and complain about all of these things. And no, so then I'm just like so mean to myself. I'm like, literally, what is wrong with you? Like, you're so lucky, and there are people who would kill for the position that you're in, and you're just sitting here like talking like this, like pitying yourself. Like, get it together, it's not that big of a deal. So I don't know, I am just having a hard time. That's the moral of the story. But luckily this week I did not film because of this. I didn't film because I've actually had a lot going on. Monday, I think I just hung out with my boyfriend, I'm gonna be honest. Tuesday though, we went to a soccer game and his dad's house for dinner. Wednesday, my bestie came over so she could work on schoolwork because their Wi-Fi is still out. And then today's Thursday. So it's not like I was just neglecting everything. Like, I was doing things that I usually do not record if I do them throughout the week, so not that big of a deal. But hopefully tomorrow morning I will get up and record some. I think this afternoon what we should do for this whole mental health is take the dogs on walks. I think walks would be really good for me. The weather is also like super nice, so it's like 72 or something, which is a little bit chilly for me, but the sun's out, so it's making it warmer. And then after we take the dogs for a walk, I honestly either might try to take a nap, or if I'm up for it, because sometimes I have more energy after walks, I might do some cleaning, because Mary Riley and Kaden, my besties, are coming over tomorrow. And I would like for it to be clean before they come, but I'm not going to be too pushy on myself with that, because I'm just not. Like, I've been really, really tired. All of these like mental things, whenever I feel this way, it makes me so tired, because it's like I'm constantly talking to myself in here. I swear to God, not in like a crazy way, but like I'm constantly having these thoughts all the time, and it's so draining. It's so draining. So a lot of the times I'll try to read. Fun fact, Grace reads because she's escaping. Not all the time, but anyways, I just finished my book today though, and I don't think that I want to start another one. I do want to talk to you girlies about the books that I've been reading, but they're in my car, so we're gonna do that later. But right now I'm gonna change, and we're gonna take the dogs on a walk, and we're gonna have a better afternoon. As far as solutions for all of my problems, I have none, but we're gonna figure it out somehow, some way. The days pass in a blur, and I haven't said a word. I am the days pass in a blur, and I haven't said a word to my friends. And my thoughts fly like the wind, and I don't know where to begin, so I don't. I am stuck in a tailspin, feeling stuck in my own skin, and it's warm. Losing sight of who I am, feeling lost all over again. Goddamn, I am wanting things to change, but I can't control the rain. And I keep looking for my peace in false realities and broken dreams. I am stuck in a tailspin, feeling stuck in my own skin, and it's warm. Losing sight of who I am, feeling lost all over again. Goddamn, I am the days pass in a blur,